Morning class, we have our Unit 5, Lesson 3 Remembering today, and you are reviewing multiplying fractions, you are reviewing powers of 10, some division, and as well as a story problem with some fractions. Before we get started, you can go ahead and put an X through stretch your thinking. In numbers 1 through 6, your directions say multiply, simplify first if you can. So we want to make sure you're focusing on that simplify first if you can. Number 1, we have 3/4, and we're multiplying that by 12 over 13. And now we know that there's a relationship between 4 and 12 because 4 is a factor of 12. 4 can go into 4 one time, and 4 can go into 12 3 times. And 3 and 13, we don't have a relationship there, so we can go ahead and then multiply straight across. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. And 1 times 3 is equal to 13. And so your answer is going to be 9/13. Number 2, we have 1/4 multiplied by 3/7. And this is one where we can look at 1 and 7 and we cannot simplify, and 3 and 4 we also cannot simplify. So this is one where you're going to just multiply straight across. 1 times 3 is equal to 3, and 4 times 7 is equal to 28. And you cannot reduce, so your answer is 3/28. Let's go ahead and look at number 3. In number 3 we have 7/8, and we're multiplying that by 4/5. If we go ahead and look to cross simplify, 7 and 5 we cannot cross simplify, but 8 and 4 we can because 4 is a factor of 8. So 4 can go into 4 one time, 4 can go into 8 two times. So now we have 7 times 1 is equal to 7, and 2 times 5 is equal to 10. And so your answer is going to be 7/10 for number 3. You can go ahead and work on 4, 5, and 6 on your own. If we look at number 7, we have 65/100 or 0.65 times 10 to the first equals, we have 0.65 times 10 to the second equals, and 0.65 times 10 to the third equals. All right, remember that the exponents here tell us how many places that we need to shift our decimal. So 6.5 times 10 to the first, I'm going to take that decimal and I'm going to shift it one place because I have an exponent of 1. So the first one in number 7 is going to be 6.5. The second one, I can see that my exponent here is 2, so I'm going to shift my decimal 2 places, and that's going to be 65. So the second one is going to be 65. And then the third one down, it's 0.65 times 10 to the third, so I'm going to shift that decimal 1, 2, 3 places. And remember, anytime we have an empty place, we fill it in with a 0, and that one's going to be 650. When we're using powers of 10, that exponent next to the 10 tells you how many places you need to shift your decimal. You can go ahead and complete numbers 8 and 9 on your own. A little more division review with numbers 10, 11, and 12, and it's 2-digit divisors. So we have a 2-digit divisor of 41 in number 10, and we're dividing it into the dividend of 3,444. All right, we know that 4 can't go into 3 because or 41 cannot go into 3 because it's larger, and 41 can also not go into 34 because it's larger than 34. So we have to ask ourselves, how many times can 41 go into 344? And if I look at 4 and go into 34, I'm going to say we're going to be pretty close to 8. So let's say 41, let's see what 41 times 8 is equal to. 8 times 1 is equal to 8. 8 times 4 is equal to 32, and that's pretty close. So we're going to go ahead and put up here our 8, and then we're going to, let me erase the line, we're going to subtract 328 from 344. 4 is going to become a 14. This 4 is going to become a 13. A 3, excuse me, not a 13, but a 3. And you can go ahead then and start your subtraction. 14 minus 8 is equal to 6. and 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. 3 minus 3 is equal to 0, and I can do my check to make sure 16 is less than 41, the divisor, so I am good to go. Then we can bring down our 4, and now what we have is 164, and I know that 4 can go into 16 4 times, so I'm going to go ahead and try 4. So let's take 41 and multiply it by 4 and see if we get close to 164. 4 times 4 is equal to 4, 4 times 1 is equal to 4, and 4 times 4 is equal to 16, and it's exactly that. So our answer is going to be 84. And we do not have a remainder in this one. If you end up with a remainder on 11 or 12, which looking at it doesn't look like you're going to, you could just write remainder as in R and then whatever the remainder is. When you have finished 5-3 remembering, please make sure to take a picture of your work, attach it to your assignment, upload, and turn it in on Teams. Thank you.